Welcome back to Cure for the Common Game. Today we're going to be talking about deck number 299, Lathliss the Dragon Queen. She's out of M19 thanks to the latest thing from Wizards. They have an open house a week prior to pre-release, and at the open house you can buy the Planeswalker decks. Now, as you know, I try to get a little bit of something, so I bought the Planeswalker decks. One of my packs had this in it, so I was able to build Lathliss. It's not a hard build. It's mono red dragons. It's not. It's the deck that this card wants you to build. But things being what they are, I tried to do the best I could with it. Now, dragons are expensive. This one costs 6. So let's get to the ramp first. So there's a substantial amount of it, and at the end you'll see why. Of course, we have a Soul Ring, a Wayfarer's Bauble. I'm counting Wayfarer's Bauble as ramp because it does, like a rampant growth, it's going to put you one land up than you should be. So, a Phyrexian Totem that, can double as an emergency blocker if you got to. Seer's Lantern, get a little scry action with your mana. Fire Diamond, Mind Stone, Prismatic Lens, Thran Dynamo, Cold Steel Heart, Mana Flare. If this ain't ramp, I don't know what is. Now, and in this deck, I'm considering the Dragon Lord's Servant and the Dragon Speaker Shaman as ramp because they are 2 and 3 mana cards that essentially Dragon Speaker Shaman here is a worn Power Stone that can die, essentially. This is oversimplification, but y'all get what I'm saying. Now, the other aspect of mono red ramp is, of course, we have the spell ramp, the Rite of Flame, Pyretic Ritual. Gosh, I wish I had the Kamigawa one, but I don't. Seething Song and Mana Geyser. Now, obviously, this is pretty much late game. Mana Geyser stuff is, but I couldn't not do it, okay? I had all that stuff in there, and I could not throw a Dragonstorm in the decks. I don't know that I have a Dragonstorm deck, but this is not per se a Dragonstorm deck. It's a Lathliss deck. But, in the right circumstance, it could be funny. Anyway, I guess we should probably get to the dragons. Now, the beautiful part about Lathliss, here, let's take another look at her, because we didn't really read it. Well, y'all may have, but I didn't. The thing about Lathliss is the dragon, the non-token dragon, just has to enter the battlefield. It's not when you cast. So for, I don't know, I guess in a red X deck that would be like a blinking thing, that this may be just abusable, but we're mono red, so I didn't exactly go for the blink route. What I did notice, though, is non-token dragon enters the battlefield, you get a 5/5 dude. Well, you know what? That's a 1-mana dragon. So I'm going to play this guy. Yeah, I can't do anything with it for a couple turns. But I got a 5/5 for 1 mana, and, this guy down the road. Dragon Hatchling. Got 2 mana, Fire Breather, and a 5/5 mama that comes with it. Now, this one is a little cheating, I know. Well, the Firebelly Changeling. That's the only Changeling I put in here because there's not a lot of low-cost dragons, let's be honest with you. And, the creature-type changing cards aren't really red, so red's got mono red has a whole lot going against it. Bless his heart. Anyway, it's got kind of fire breathing, Dragon Egg. Now, this one actually makes sense that you play the egg and you get Mama Dragon to watch over the egg. This makes sense. But still, it's 3 mana for this plus a 5/5. Of course, we got our handy dandy Dragon Whelp. Had to use the original art there. Next, we're going to go into... This is Territorial Hellkite, and it's 4 mana 6/5. It has flying and haste. At the beginning of combat on your turn, you choose an opponent at random that Territorial Hellkite didn't attack during your last combat. It attacks that player if able. If you can't, choose an opponent this way, tap it. So in multiplayer, of course, y'all know I multiplay because that's, we're having 6-7 players when yeah, it's not a problem. It's 4 mana Big Daddy that brings a 5/5 for your trouble. Now, Varric's Bladewing. Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's right. It's a 7 mana, 4/4, and a 4/4, and a 5/5. I could not put Varric's in here. Skyship Stalker. It's kind of the dragon morphling. I mean, it does all the things. I hate that you have to pay for haste because, it's a red dragon. It should all come with it. Now, look at this guy. We all got this in PAX, in Avacyn, and it was horrible. I don't even know what this card's value is, but if it's over a quarter, I'll be impressed, okay? It's been terrible until now. Lathliss may have actually made this increase. I don't know. Do a price history for me. I don't know. Anyway, the downs, because you just have to keep recasting this guy. What? I get to keep recasting it? This is what I love about EDH, is because for every drawback to a card, there is some way in the 25, 26 years of cards that they've made, there's some way to make that drawback an advantage. This is why I love EDH. Of course, we got Furnace Well. I don't really know why we needed a different Dragon Whelp that didn't have the ability, but, hey, we got it, so that's cool. Demanding Dragon. Now, 5 damage, unless they sack a dude? Yeah. And it comes with 10 power? Okay. Covetous Dragon. I did not realize that Covetous Dragon was on the list. Weirdly enough. So, this was actually really popular back in the day with wildfire decks, and almost did it here, but it would have killed all my dragon speakers and things and little dragons. Hunted Dragon. I love, obviously, the political cards. Y'all know that. And to be able to give somebody some knights to block with might make them your friend long enough to, not die from them. Glory Bringer. Because why not? I've got one. I don't play Standard, so. Mordant Dragon. Now, Mordant Dragon and Lathliss both kind of made me all, and I'm still toying around the Hearthstone idea to reduce the activation cost. I don't know. I might go there. Volcanic Dragon. It's just a thing. But 6 mana, 4/4 flying haste doesn't seem like that good a deal. But when you tack on another 5/5 to go with it, it's not so bad now. Flame Blast. Horde Smelter. See, Horde Smelter is another one that Hearthstone could help. I don't know. What do we need to do there? Ryusei. It's going to kill the things. Shivan Dragon. You can't really have mono red dragons without Shivan Dragon. You know what I mean? It's just, it's hard. Steel Hellkite. I'll be dang. Another. Hearthstone's looking better and better. Dream Pillager. Now, I'll be honest with you. I had to read this guy because, it's red doesn't really get the card advantage that people think of as card advantage. Yes, this is, you have access to those cards this turn. Thunder Dragon. Oh, we have a Thunder Dragon and a Lightning Dragon. That's cool. I just thought about that damn song in my head. Anyway, I don't have the Lightning Dragon in here. Anyway, we got Dragon Mage. Because, you know what? This is card draw. I'm telling you, this is card draw. If you can get it to connect. But the upside is, if you can get it to connect one time, it's worth it. And then, of course, last but not least is our Utvara Hellkite. Now, Utvara Hellkite, I realize it's not exactly in English. When you attack with a dragon, you get a dragon. Dragon token. So it's going to... Now, granted, tokens can't make other tokens from Lathliss, but tokens can totally make other tokens from Utvara. So let's look at the... I guess I don't have like a sweet load of removal, but I've got a little bit. Chain Reaction, Rack and Ruin, Draconic Roar. A lot of these cards are just, flavor. And it's mono red dragons. Volcanic Fallout, Sulphurous Blast, and of course Valve Lightning, because indestructible stuff exists. And I don't really care if it's out there if it don't hit me. So let's look at our miscellaneous pile here. I don't know. This is a bunch of stuff. We got Dragon Tempest, which is the number of dragons you control. Whenever a creature with flying, so when you cast a dragon, you're pretty much going to get 2 triggers off of this, because you get your original one you cast, and then you get your token, because it's enter the battlefield, not cast. Sweet stuff. Of course, we got to have our Dragon Tutor, Glad we have one of those. Warstorm Surge. Oh, man. It's a good thing this costs 6 mana, because it's in this deck, it borders on not fair. Crucible of Fire. Here again, it kind of had to be in there. I've got the Relentless Assault to give me another attack step when I need it. By the way, this is a Utvara thing from way back. Now, Red Elemental Blast and the Pyroblaster in there, because Cyclonic Rift is a thing. And these are in there exclusively for that one card. I say for that one card. Some people run Evacuation, actually, probably both. But we're casting expensive stuff. It's 5 and 6 mana for a lot of these dragons. And it's a token-based strategy. So Cyclonic Rift just, makes you have a bad day. That's why I've got these 2 in there. Yeah, there's probably other stuff that's blue that's noteworthy to counter, but I'm probably going to hold it. Probably going to hold it for that Rift or Rift-like effect. Do a little card drawing with Cathartic Reunion and Tormenting Voice. Got to Reverberate, because, weird things happen. I would say 99% of the time that I have ever cast a Reverberate, it's been a counterspell. That's, or some type of counter magic, because you play something, they counter it, and you're like, no, we'll counter your counter with my Reverberate, because I heard you like counters. So get a piece of counter and uses your counters. Anyway. Fervor is, of course, going to make them all hasty. Granite Grip and Claws of Valakut I put in there because we are playing mono red. There's a ton of mountains, and why not? You can totally get a general win in that way. And our last card is Sarkhan the Dragon Soul, or Sarkhan Dragon Soul. There's no the. This is the Planeswalker deck one. I'm going to try to... Oh, I had it. It's the Planeswalker deck one. Because, you get it with the Planeswalker deck. I haven't pulled the big Sarkhan yet, the real one. But, this is not bad. deals 1 damage to each opponent and each creature your opponents control. So it does ping out a whole lot of strategies with goblins and elves and Pegasi and Mirror and Thopters and whatnot. So he's 6 mana, comes in with 5, immediately goes to 7. Not terrible. Not great because he costs 6, but anyway. And then he deals 4 damage to a player or a walker. 9. Yeah, that's living the dream. If we get Sarkhan, we're going to protect him at all cost. Now, he does say put onto the battlefield, and if you'll remember back, our girl just says enters the battlefield, not cast. So you're going to get tokens off of everything that he dumps. Now, maybe it's just me, but that should be a game-winning ultimate, as ultimates are supposed to do. Anyway, that is what I have got for Lathliss. I do appreciate y'all watching. Y'all let me know what you think. But right now, I think it's time to shuffle and cut.